And the revelation was I didn't get it until I was ministering to somebody else in that area. I was like, I'm going to tell her to forgive her dad. God said, you ain't forgave yours. I was like, what? I blamed him. And I didn't realize it until I was walking that thing out, talking that thing out. And I said, God, forgive me. Because I had to realize he didn't have the tools either. Sometimes we got stuff, we holding on to stuff, and people just don't realize. You mad because what? My dad's inability to be a dad and to stay around, he wasn't shown those tools. His mother couldn't deal. She left the father, put the kids in foster care, and kept it moving. My older aunt turned 18, got all the kids out, took guardianship. So I tell everybody, I can tell you where I lived at 3 years old. I cannot tell you what my dad looks like. He was around till 5 o'clock. I was 5 years old, kindergarten. I could tell you about pre-K and kindergarten. I can't tell you about him. But then the revelation was, he couldn't stick around because he didn't have the tools. Because when it got hard, all he was shown was to walk away. How can you be mad with somebody who don't have the tools? I give you a hammer and a nail and tell you to build a house, but I don't show you how to do it. And you use duct tape and I go to close the door and the house fall down. Who am I mad at?
Who you mad at?
Who you mad at? So this ministry is about us addressing those things. Not putting lipstick on it and thinking it's cute. Because you know what? Lipstick on a pig still means it's a what? It's still a pig. And your issue is still there when you go and take them spandex off, men and women. When you take them spandex off and them pantyhose off, because you're trying to literally hold it all together. But guess what? That brokenness is still there. So we want to offer Christ to you in a different way, because I'm sure everybody has a relationship, but let's broaden our relationship. Let's get a whole relationship. You know, like I said, this is not a monologue, it's a dialogue. Bring your Bibles, bring your notebooks.
Bring your pens and paper.
Pens and paper. If you don't have it, we'll loan it to you, whatever.
Don't be afraid to ask your question.
But come with purpose. You're going to find that this crowd right here that we have, and I thank you all for showing up and coming out and supporting, you will find that it will grow. Because a lot of you don't even realize we have been strategically placed. You will never understand it until you see the change of the crowd. But we have been strategically placed in this building. And you're going to see some things, and you're going to need to be in your word, because you're going to need to be undergirded. Because we need to know that with some brokenness, there's going to have to come some casting out and talking out and praying out, crying out, snotting out, all that. Don't come cute, because you might leave here, and if you're anything like me, her will be riding in the front seat of the car. I mean, it is what it is. One thing I always desired was to always be naked and not ashamed, because I didn't want to give the devil anything to try to hold over me. Because, you know, he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. That's his job. So if I can make you so embarrassed, so mortified, Like I told you about the young lady who literally told that little girl her life wasn't worth it and she should just end it. Really? Yeah, this is what kids are telling other kids, and then talking about you go to church. I don't want to go to your church. We're doing this because this is the assignment that God has given us to therefore go and make disciples. And the thing is this, discipleship, not church membership. And listen, it's not church, it's ministry. So if you need to call us, we have cards, you can call us. We will meet you wherever you need us to meet you, literally.
And this ministry is for men and women.
It's a people's ministry.
Men and women. Bring them children in. If you think them children need prayer, bring them on up in here. We slap some oil upside their head, hello here. We wrestle with them. Because one thing I know that the devil is real. Ungodly spirits are real. Understand? Stop thinking everything is the norm. Stop thinking, oh, I'm sick. I got an ailment in my body. Mama had cancer. I got cancer. No, you don't have to. You don't have to. But if you accept it as just being the norm, the devil will walk up the front of you and down the back of you and wipe his feet as he's leaving you behind. Understand? We were talking about brokenness. I didn't know I was broken in a certain area until she and I began to talk. Until she and I began to share some things. And I sat on the edge of the bed and said, I'm broken. And I didn't realize that I was broken. And I was broken in the area that people leaving me left me broken. Yeah, people walking out. So I thought walking out on me, it left me broken. And I didn't, and so I was afraid of losing things or losing people. But I was broken in that area. And I didn't realize that. Some people only come for a season. Some people come for a time. You understand? Pour into you, leave whatever they're going to leave with, be bad or good. But I learned that in the bad, you got to know that in the bad, God is teaching you something. God is showing you something in the midst of the bad. You might say, God, how am I going through all this hell? She said in the beginning, it didn't kill you, did it? No, God, it didn't kill me. He said, all them scars, he said, I'm able to heal. But in the process, you've learned something. So that when the next one come along, you'll be a little more wiser, and a little more smarter. You'll know how to handle it. So I was broken in that area. And I didn't know it. I didn't know how to shake it. Didn't know how to shake it. Collecting stuff. One thing I will not do is build a shrine. Hello here. It's something that I've lost or something that has moved on. And many of us has built shrines within ourselves and don't even know it. Don't even know. That was Aunt Mabel's song. Oh, that was me and Harry's Get Down, Get Down. And we don't even know it. And Harry done moved on. Treated you like dirt. And you moved on, but you holding on to past hurts. And not aware that's where you're broken. That's where you're broken. But God is able to heal in such a way. When God brings the healing in such a way, you ain't gonna listen. People that know you, when God brings the healing, gonna know that God healed you. You may not have all the words to explain how the process happened or what took place. And sometimes it's not going to even take words. Sometimes people will just look and say, there's something different about you, Miss Linda. That's something. Girl, what you do? Say, I've been set free. Whom the Son set free is free indeed. I've been set free. And it's the glow and the glory of God that will come forth. And then you'll be able to share your testimony or be able to share the hell that you went through. But people don't understand. People don't know. Because like I said, we don't want to talk about it. We don't know how to deal with it. And we go to church Sunday after Sunday and they never hit the mark. Don't they see me? I'm broken. Don't they see I'm on fire? You don't see my pain? You don't see my pain? But here we want to address that. We want to let God in. Listen, if you open up, if you allow God in, he'll come in. He'll come in. Understand? I can handle this. Elder Chandra, I can handle this. No, you can't. If you can handle it, then why every time you mention it, you get tired? Why every time you mention it, you get upset? Because God is able. We just don't know how much able God is because we've never allowed God to enter into those secret places that keep us up at night, those secret places that bother us. We don't let God in. But I'm here, listen, to let you know God will come in, set up shop, do what God got to do. In the words, my wife dropped the mic, and keep it moving. And keep it moving. This is a ministry for real people with real problems because we serve a real God who is able to do the impossible. To do the impossible. I'm talking about from the top to the bottom. You talk about being healed. I want to be healed. God is able to heal you. I want to be delivered. God is able to deliver. I want to be set free. God is able to set you free. And I ain't talking about free when you free today and then back in bondage on tomorrow. Now I'm not talking about. I'm talking about free indeed and knowing that you're free. Knowing that you're free. Now as we go on, listen. My wife and I are going to be able to share some things because we've been through, man. We done been through some things. Pastor Rosario, man, she got a ministry about deliverance and dealing with spirits and, oh my goodness, and witchcraft and having them things broken in your life. I didn't think witchcraft was real. I thought witchcraft was something I saw on TV, on Bewitched. And Wicca's a real thing. Listen, I met a guy, he said he was a grand wizard until he met God. And he began to tell me some things. He said, but I met God and it changed my life. Sitting up in church, he preaching. I said, man, he said, but he was a wizard, a grand wizard. And he gave me the church and everything. I was like, wow. He said, but look at me now. He said, you'd have never guessed that I had that mindset. And it's a mindset. And I always tell people everywhere I go, if the devil can get your mind, he can get you. And oftentimes stronghold starts here in the mind. That's how he got me. That's all he got me. Because I thought I saw something that I didn't see. But he convinced me I saw it. He convinced me that I saw it. And I was convinced that I saw it too. But I was praying day and night, seeking God. And when God broke it, when God set me free from it, I said, man, God, thank you. Thinking I've been sharing it with others, little bit by bit, because you can't let everybody in. Right. You can't let everybody know your stuff. You cannot share everything with everybody. God will give you who to share it with, who to tell it to. You understand? You start sharing some stuff with them, that be the trick of the devil. Now they got you, holding it over your head. Don't make me tell you. Don't make. The thing about I'm going to show you how not to go back and open the door to let it back in. Because many of us play pity pat with love because we become comfortable in that area. We become comfortable in that area. I mean, no misery loves company. Yeah, y'all know that. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. But how many know that whom the Son set free is free indeed? And I want to walk in the freedom of God. I want to walk in the liberty of God. You know, listen. My wife taught me one thing. She said, I don't have time for foolishness. Now I really understand what that means. I just thought she was just being hard. Being hard. But listen, I just got tired of people dumping on me. How does the enemy get in? He gets in through conversation. He gets into what we see. He gets into what people tell us. How we allow them to tell us things. You heard somebody say, I would tell you this, but I'm not. But they say, I'm going to tell you anyway. Stop them when they're not. Stop them when they say, I should tell you. No, don't tell me. I don't need to know. I don't need to know. But some of us, we have itchy ears. Tell me. Now, the stuff that they've been carrying all day or however long, now they done dumped it on you. Now you got to carry it. Now you got to carry it. Why? Because you had itchy ears and you just had to hear. You opened yourself up to some stuff that you didn't even need to know. I don't need to know everything. You don't need to know everything. Sometimes you got to stop folk where they at. Don't tell me, brother, I'm good. Don't tell me, sister, I'm good. I don't need to know. I don't need to know. You understand? If you just tell me just to be a gospel, y'all know tea sippers. We know tea sippers. That's what we call them, tea sippers. If you want me to pray for you, you need to get this thing and listen. I'll pray for you. But don't bring me your garbage or somebody else's garbage and thinking it's okay. You call yourself, I just want to share this with you. Because I have some things you don't need, everything I don't need to know. But I will definitely pray with you. Amen. So you going to have some words, Pastor?
No, I'm just tearing up because I know that, like Dana said, God has placed us here for a good reason. And when I was telling her that we're gonna have to minister to the people of this building, not to the people out, we're gonna have to minister to whoever comes as well. But God has placed us here for a reason, for a good reason. And we're gonna change this place up. The people that live here, and I have a friend, this is how I know about this building. I have a friend who lives here, and we just went up and Dana looked at her apartment. She wants to move out of here. And I keep telling her, just like, no, God put you in that building for a reason. She has the apartment that if you will see this apartment, it will cost $3,000 to $5,000 in New York City. Her apartment is that beautiful. And you just don't. I just like, God put you here for a reason. And there are a lot of things going on, not just here, but just around everywhere. I live in Ashland, and you will say, oh my God, it's beautiful. Yeah, there are a lot of things going on in there. But I'm just a light where I live. I have my neighbor, he's into witchcraft and all that. And every time I see him, God, I want to witness to him. Before, and I'm praying that he moves out of there, but before he moves out of there, it's just like, let me witness to him. And he become a believer. And then he come up, because I want to buy the house. Next door to me. But, God has put us here for a purpose, so let's work on that. Amen. And let yourself be used. And like they were saying, we have gone through things, but it's so you can help somebody else. So let's work to what God has put us through, and because He's going to carry us through the whole process. And just believe. And one of my sayings is, He gave me the strength yesterday. My problem is not different today. I have the same problem. But if I finish my problem yesterday very strong, He will carry me through today. And tomorrow, I'm not there again. So I don't care. Okay? So, don't give up.
So, I want to thank you all that came out to join us for this ministry launch. When I prayed about the attendance today, I said, God, you know. I believe that nothing happens by happenstance. That God's hand is when you're doing God's will. The scripture says the steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord. So He's going to direct your path if you allow Him. So I thank you all, my Father's children that came out. Father, I thank you all that are coming out recognizing that I'm broken. And where do I begin? We're going to begin here with the Lipstick Chronicles. We're not going to let our brokenness define us, nor dictate our future. We're going to walk in God's fullness and His grace. And I thank you all. I thank you for those that are watching us live. I thank you all that's watching us on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. We're going to have some house cleaning things that we're going to talk about. Again, I thank you all for coming and joining us.